With a face size of more than 65 meters in diameter, the Mecca clock is the biggest tower clock in the world. Standing over 400 meters above ground, the clock is visible from a distance of more than 8 kilometers and serves as a breathtaking addition to the holy city. The tower clock is a masterpiece of engineering and design. It has been developed by leading German and Swiss engineers, together with a team of specialists from all over the world. The clock was switched on for the first time during Ramadan 1431, the middle of August 2010 Gregorian. With the grace of God, all construction work will finish within several months. The clock will be the host of Mecca time, an independent time signal that will then be spread worldwide. The Mecca clock tower has 4 clock faces. The front and back clock faces measure 83 by 67 meters. The 2 side faces measure 77 by 47 meters. The face of the Mecca clock is over 35 times larger than the face of Big Ben in London. The body of the Mecca clock is 251 meters tall, whereas the top of Big Ben is about 35 meters tall. In total, the Mecca clock tower is 607 meters in height, making it the second tallest building to date. This is more than 6 times higher than Big Ben and almost twice the height of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The Mecca clock tower is built around a steel structure similar to that of the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower has a weight of approximately 10,000 tons. The steel frame of the Mecca clock tower weighs approximately 12,000 tons. The complete steel construction is made from some 14,000 precisely manufactured components. The heaviest of these weigh about 16 tons. The steel components are welded up to 600 meters above the ground by a team of more than 250 highly skilled steel workers. 7 tower cranes are used for installation works on top of the clock tower. Loads are transferred towards the center of the steel frame via complex transfer structures. Functions for the interior space have been proposed and will be decided on at a later stage. The Mecca clock tower has a total weight of 83,000 tons. The base of the clock weighs 47,000 tons. The crest of the clock weighs 36,000 tons. The clock housing, designed in an Islamic style, consists of a basement level with a visitor's platform below each of the 4 clock faces. The Mecca clock tower culminates in a large crescent made from a glass and carbon fiber composite and decorated in gold mosaic. The crescent weighs 107 tons and measures 23 meters in diameter. It is the largest crescent ever constructed and home to a prayer room, which is the highest usable space inside any building in the world. The facade of the clock comprises 43,000 square meters of advanced composite material. Composites of this kind are also used in the aerospace industry. This high-tech material is more than 3 times stronger than steel and resistant to extreme climatic conditions. The ornate facade of the Mecca clock is covered with 98 million colored glass mosaic tiles. A quarter of one clock face, complete with clock drive and working hands, was set up and successfully tested over the course of several months. The construction team has been trained to ensure smooth and efficient installation on site in Mecca. Inspections were carried out at all major development stages with the direct involvement of the senior management. Installation of the clock faces and their respective components has been completed on site. Initially, the clock face design was flat with no angle of indentation. To improve legibility and to reduce the impact of the wind forces, the clock face was optimized to its final concave shape. The supporting steel structure was subsequently redesigned. The clock face is made up of 4 ornamented corners, coordinated hour and minute indicators, and the national emblem, the largest emblem of the kingdom ever built. The minute hands on the northern and southern clock faces are 23 meters long. The hour hands are 17 meters long. Each of the clock hands weighs 6 tons. As a result, a clock drive mechanism had to be developed which could support the immense weight of the clock hands. At first, a clock drive mechanism was designed that used 2 separate systems to drive each clock hand. This mechanism weighed around 5 tons. The shorter hour hand was driven by a small central drive unit, while the end of the longer minute hand was mounted on a peripheral track. A large circular slit in the clock face was needed for a bracket connecting the clock hand to the track. The complexity of this system would have resulted in higher maintenance demands and greater risks of malfunction. Through the slit in the face, sand, dust and rain could have entered, potentially causing damage to the clock mechanism and lighting systems. It was decided to redesign the system to find a more suitable solution. After several design iterations, a set of aerodynamic carbon fiber clock hands was developed. Wind force simulations proved that these alterations made it safe to use a central drive unit for both hands. This solved the issues of the previous drive system and also led to a more efficient clock drive. In the finalized design of the clock drives, each of the clock hands is driven by a separate motor. These clock drives have been carefully constructed by the world's leading manufacturer of tower clocks. Each drive unit weighs 21 tons. They are the biggest and heaviest clock drives ever built. There is one drive unit for each of the 4 clocks. All 4 units are synchronized by a single time signal, the Mecca time. Solar panels generate electricity to power the clock drives. For supplemental power, the clock drives are connected to the electrical grid of Mecca. The drive unit successfully completed a long-term function test. All 4 drive units were installed in their final location. Some 500 meters above the ground, workers maneuvered the clock hands into position. To ensure that the time can be easily read from a great distance, a team of specialists conducted a live study, testing the combination of lighting technology, materials and colors in order to achieve optimal legibility. After both day and nighttime testing, it was concluded that a black-on-white contrast was most visible during the day, while at night a white-on-green contrast provided the sharpest image. Specially developed LED technology was incorporated due to its brightness, durability and ease of control. To achieve this exceptional quality of nighttime lighting, some 2 million LED lights are used. Each aspect of the lighting system was successfully tested on the quarter clock test construction. During the development of the tower's exterior, LED media screens were added to the facade on all 4 sides. These exceptionally bright LEDs are visible both day and night. Catwalks are integrated within the supporting steel structure to aid maintenance of the LEDs and other components of the clock face. Hidden hatches in the clock face are opened in order to gain access to the clock hands. Using a bridge, maintenance technicians climb through the hatches in the clock face. The clock hands have been made fully accessible for maintenance purposes. Once inside the clock hand, any necessary maintenance work on the lighting system can be safely undertaken. This unique feature makes the Mecca clock the only clock in the world with fully accessible clock hands. For maintenance work, 4 telescopic cranes with a lifting capacity of 6 tons are installed below the spire. A number of safety precautions are necessary to protect the electrical components of the clock from lightning damage. Therefore, a specialized lightning protection system was developed for the clock tower. 3 highly sensitive field mills constantly measure the strength of the electric field in the atmosphere around the tower. If a critical field value is exceeded, 20 retractable lightning rods in the clock faces are activated. They automatically extend to a length of 5 meters. The clock is now protected from being struck by lightning bolts. The conductors also extend in the event of a power loss. A further 800 fixed rods are installed in other areas of the clock tower. The clock drives are controlled by Mecca time, an independently generated time signal that is derived from 5 highly precise atomic clocks. They are the centerpiece of the new Mecca Time Institute. Mecca Time will also be broadcast on both national and international TV and radio. The atomic clocks are fully configured and tested, ensuring precise function in Mecca. Once further tests have been completed in Mecca, the Time Institute will be connected to the UTC, Universal Time Coordinated Network, based in Paris. The Mecca Time Institute will synchronize its time signal with 50 other time institutes around the world. The operation and monitoring of all technical systems will be done from a central control station. These include the control of the clock drives and lighting, the media screens, the loudspeakers, and the lightning protection system. The call to prayer from the Holy Mosque is broadcast live from the top of the Mecca clock tower over a specially developed loudspeaker system. This call can be heard within a radius extending up to 7 kilometers from the clock tower. As the call to prayer sounds, the top of the clock tower is illuminated with 21,000 green and white sparkling lights. These dazzling lights are visible up to 30 kilometers from the clock tower and signify the start of prayer. This signal is useful for the hearing impaired and those at a great distance from the mosque. 4 green lasers are installed in the base of the crescent. Each laser produces a powerful ray of light that stretches to infinity. Each laser is 400 watts in power and will be visible within a range of approximately 30 kilometers around the tower. During religious occasions, such as the beginning of the Hijri months and during holidays, 24 10-kilowatt beacon lights project light beams more than 10 kilometers into the sky around Mecca. On the 19th of Ramadan, 1432, the 19th of August 2011, the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, inaugurated the Mecca clock. The remaining 3 sides of the clock were switched on together with the clock's lighting systems. All praise and thanks be to Allah, the Lord of existence.